conversation pit. This is a virtual sharing here, and we are surrounded here by the oak savanna under their wintry blankets of snow. And this is the second time that we're having our virtual Perihelion. Last year's was a great way to start the year off. And for Small Waters Education, if anything gets done, it's because we have lots of folks like you who are supporters, volunteers, contributors in many ways. And we want to thank everybody for whatever you have given, whether it's donations or volunteer work or advice, or just being a part of the online community. We really, really appreciate it. Here's one of our super volunteers for the past year, Denny Martinez Cruz. She provided some video and editing skills for the video that we put on our YouTube channel that's on creating pollinator gardens at schools. And speaking of which, this is one of the school gardens. We have 4 of them that we've helped to create and maintain. And this past spring, we went to all 4 of them to work with the kids and teachers to to get ready for the growing year, and also to look for whatever critters they could find. They were finding cocoons and snails and frogs and worms and all kinds of cool things. So these are just some of the gardens throughout McHenry County that have been growing now for several years, and they are creating habitats for pollinating insects, butterflies, wasps, bees, all those important critters. These are outdoor classrooms as well. Every year we have an annual gathering, and we give awards to what we call them are the Everyday Superhero Awards. So this year's Everyday Superheroes were Jacob Karkowski, who's in the center here with the Superman t-shirt, and next to him is Cynthia Canner. And we did this all on Zoom. We had a virtual annual gathering, but then we got to meet in person later on. And this event was the opening of the butterfly garden at butterfly house at Crystal Lake. So we were helping to teach the adults and kids there about the life cycles of the butterflies. This past year, we had our brochure on creating pollinator gardens translated into Spanish, and we started to distribute those. A big exciting project has been working with the Land Conservancy of McHenry County. They have a piece of conventional cornfield that they want to transform into a community food forest. And so we've been working with them on this. Linda Gorgon, who's on the Zoom call here, is also part of that team. And this was the planting day when we planted our first elderberry shrubs with the permaculture class from College of Lake County. And that was a really great day. So we look forward to more work on that. Also, as in partnership with the Land Conservancy, we helped with their conservation leadership internship program. That's what Kim was talking about. She was the driving force behind that. And so these 5 amazing young women came over, and we were teaching permaculture with them. We helped train them in this method of planting in our food forest. And that training came in handy because not too long after that, they helped to teach this this planting method to a group of kids from the Youth and Family Center. And we planted a pollinator garden at a park in McHenry. And it was a really great experience with these kids. They Small Waters Education helped to do the design, and we donated some plants, and we helped organize the planting, and we did maintenance too for the garden. And it's part of a coalition called Conversación de Conservación, and Small Waters was asked to be a part of this project because of our very good track record in creating school pollinator gardens. And so we will be doing another one this coming year. And we already scouted out the site here with the staff of the Youth and Family Center in McHenry. We will be planting this sometime in the summer. So we are often called upon for advice because more and more people are realizing the need to plant more native plants in our landscapes to support a healthy ecosystem. And so recently we visited Landmark School in McHenry, and they are dreaming of putting pollinator garden here where it's right now a lawn. And we're also helping the McHenry Township Road District with the native plantings along their roadsides. And one way that we're doing that is our volunteers have been helping to collect seed at the school pollinator gardens. And so we have delivered bags and bags and bags of seed to the road district and other projects around the county. So our goal for the coming year is to continue to spread a vision of how humans can live in mutually beneficial relationships with the rest of the natural world in whatever way we can. And we really want, our vision is to train more people in doing those and having those skills necessary to do that. So with that, I will wish you a happy Perihelion and hand it over to Jack, who's going to explain a little bit about what the Perihelion is.
Well, happy Perihelion and orbital greetings. You can give yourself an orbital hug today. Just say, oh, this is so good. It feels good, you know. We can't hug each other, but this is the best we can do. Hug, hug, hug. Okay. The perihelion, some of you might know this, but some people are new. The perihelion is a time of the year when the Earth is the closest to the sun. Today, we're 3 million miles closer to the sun than the aphelion in July. That's because the Earth's orbit around the sun is not a perfect circle, but it's what astronomers call eccentric, which means it's a bit oval shaped and changes over time. So if you think of yourself as a bit eccentric, this holiday is for you. So why do we need a new holiday based on our orbit? Well, it all started 23 years ago when we were introduced to Rael Bassan, a scientist and a visionary. He talked about the need for a new holiday where we could celebrate our identity as humans in the greater cosmic community. Just think about the holidays we already have. Some holidays are seasonal to our northern hemisphere or may refer to a specific religion. Some holidays are about belonging to a nation with its history, stories, and wars. Some are about belonging to a culture. Even Earth Day is seasonal to the northern part of the Earth and may be less meaningful to somebody living along the equator or in the southern hemisphere. Yet all of these celebrations have their value. But we choose to celebrate a holiday that celebrates our belonging to the earth and our relationship to the sun that makes life possible. A holiday based on science and celebrated in spirit in a way that everybody of every culture and every belief system can connect with, wherever they live. Sometimes for the perihelion, we are close, sometimes for the perihelion, when we're closest to the sun, we focused on closeness, small things, community, and things we have in common. And sometimes for the aphelion, when we're at farthest point from the sun, we focus on the great universe, big things, and things that make us unique. And so tonight, at this Perihelion celebration, our intention is to join in the dance of the cosmos. The universe is never stagnant, but always in motion. We can choose where we want our movement to take us. We can continue in the same old pattern of business as usual, or we can choose to create beneficial relationships to the rest of the community of life. We come together tonight to celebrate our connections, to have some fun, and open ourselves to new possibilities for the future, our future, and the future of our home, the Earth.
So, thank you, Jack. I'd like to open it up if anybody has any questions or comments about, either what I talked about or what Jack talked about, things to add, ideas. You could put it in the chat or unmute yourself and just say something if you'd like.
I thought it was wonderful. I loved meeting you all, and I have to go. Continue on. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Betsy.
Bye. You're welcome. Bye. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Oh, and we have Krisha with us.
Somebody join.
Yay! One leaves and one joins.
Hello.
Hey, Krisha. Welcome. Happy Perihelion.
Happy Perihelion.
I'm
I wanted to
confused.
What, Laura?
We're farther from the sun during the summer? This confuses me.
Oh,
Opposite in the southern hemisphere. Oh, go ahead, Jack.
I didn't hear that.
well, we are in this elliptical orbit, but we're also in a tilt.
Got it. All right.
We're closest to the sun, but we're tilted in the northern hemisphere away, but the southern hemisphere gets much more sunlight because when we celebrate our winter solstice, you know what they celebrate in Patagonia?
The summer solstice.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, right. There's
Thank
other
you.
motions, the wobble, the wibble. You can do all these crazy things, and that's what happens.
I have a question that kind of is connected with that, with the solstice. What is it about the like the winter solstice and the perihelion? How are they connected? Or how are the solstices and equinoxes connected to these?
Let me take that.
Sure.
Well, they're connected because they're part of the motions that were identified, called the Milankovitch cycles. And a scientist figured out from Serbia, actually, many years ago, all of the different motions that occur. Now, because the helions, the perihelion and the aphelion celebrate the distance from the sun closest and the furthest, because it's 3 million miles, it's less apparent. You can't just go out and look at the sun and say, oh my gosh, that's 3 million miles closer. Because we're 93 million miles away, we'll never figure that out. But we do, historically, humanity has understood when we're at the brightest day of the year, which is the longest amount of sunlight, and the precession of when it changes to become the darkest. And that's been celebrated for thousands of years.
And that has more to do with the tilt.
Hmm.
So it's just actually kind of random that they occur, the solstice, the winter solstice is not that far away in time from the perihelion right now.
Hmm.
But that's just the way it is now. The orbit of the Earth around the sun, the shape of it is also changing. So it's going to change in thousands of years where it's going to be at another time of the year.
Right, the perihelion, the actual perihelion was on the 4th of January.
Mhm.
In about, if we're still here 10,000 years, I think it'll be around the 8th or 9th of January.
So it keeps moving.
Yeah.
Lots of motions. Does that help,
Uh-huh.
Cynthia?
Yeah, it helps me kind of keep looking and researching on that because it's really interesting. And my husband has a question.
Yeah, hi, hi everyone. I'm a member of the Stolkane Somesek, which is an indigenous tribe from Texas. In general, they call us Chicanos, but we're also Indian people as well. But my people, we join with others, Ojibwe, Lakota, other speaking tribes up here on the Great Lakes. And we have been holding, for at least 20 years, we've been holding both summer and winter solstice and the equinox observations along the lakefront. But we've moved away from the lakefront, and recently, and we're doing them further into county park areas where we have these celebrations early in the morning, greeting the sun. But this is just saying we've been doing the ceremonies for some time, and we don't always, there are some groups who do this exactly on the day of the solstice and so forth. They'll make the effort and do what they have to do to be there, but we normally do it a few days before just to accommodate the people that were employed. Probably there are fewer people employed now that we would have been able to do it on the actual day itself. But anyway, just letting you know, we have been doing this, and we call ourselves, we started originally as a men's circle, but then we opened it up to all nation circle. So anyway, that's that.
Hmm.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
But will you, so it's open to anyone to attend?
Well, yes and no. When I say all nations, yes and no, but there are of course stipulations and protocols. So, and what's strange, I have to share this with you. What's strange is that some people were very drawn to coming to our program or to our celebration, our acknowledgement. But what ended up happening was when too many people of the European extraction came, they stopped, they looked around and said, where are all the Indians? Because they were looking at each other. And then we said, well,
This one guy that did that.
one guy started pointing out that he's seen like, well, there's so many white folks here, where are all the Indians? And we're like, well, you can leave if you want, you know. Anyway, so he did. But anyway,
Well, thank you for sharing that, Carlos. That's cool.
Mhm.
Very cool.
Right, and one reason why we celebrate the perihelion is to give ourselves the identity and the ability to create a new holiday with using science and our spirit and having the culture is universal, no matter where you are in the world.
Mhm.
So you'll know that it's the perihelion or the aphelion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll see if it catches on. We've been doing this for over 20 years now, and we don't know where it's gonna go.
I think this is our 44th Helion celebration.
Something.
44.
Yeah. So anyway, I would like to continue on then, because we have some folks standing by who are going to help us in telling these little pieces of the story of the universe. And we just love sharing this story because it's everybody's story, no matter what culture or country we are from. We are of the universe. And this next part, you might want to see if speaker view might be a better view for you. And then also that you can keep yourself muted unless you are speaking, and our speakers will be joining in with us. So see how that works. Let's see. So we're going to have these different voices with us, and Laura will be our voice of wisdom, because we like to tell the universe story from different angles. And so the wisdom traditions of cultures all around the world, ancient and modern, we like to hear from. So when you hear Laura speaking, she'll be our voice of wisdom. And then we'll have the voices of science as well. And those will be Betty and Isabel and Jack and Megan. It will be our first voice of science. So I think we are getting ready to go. But yeah, I just want to make sure that you know that when we were planning this.
Somebody's at the door. Excuse me, I gotta see.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I wasn't
It's a
expecting this.
delivery. We didn't order nothing. They came so late.
I didn't order anything. Did you order something, Jeff?
It's a big box. I'm opening the box here. Let's see.
What is this?
Look, it's from Prime. It says.
Come on, let's see what it is. What it is? Ah!
Look, there's some boxes inside that box and bubble wrap.
Okay. Hey, there's gifts in here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It says, from the universe to everybody.
What?
Wow. Well, here, since you're here, I'll open it up and I'll show you.
You got a gift from the universe.
Hey.
Wow.
Let's see what we got
What the
there.
heck could this
Here's
be?
the first one.
What the heck is...
Look,
Oh.
look, I'll show you.
Oh.
Chaos turns
Chaos.
into cosmos.
Chaos. Oh my gosh.
Look, your dreaming is there. It is a big thing. You must never let it pass by. Something is there. We do not know what. Something like power, plenty of power. It does hard work. It pushes. Australian Aboriginal story.
The story is interpreted through movement, and I want everyone. The dream begins to wake. There's a desire to rise. All comes forth in a great concentration of energy, creating time and space in the form of a great fireball as it expands, recreating itself in each passing moment. The first blink, the first millionth of a second of time, all is possible. Unlimited possibilities, unlimited freedom for creation. Then another blink, another millionth of a second, the infinite experimentation is over. Laws for all of existence to continue are agreed upon. The dance of form and creation is possible. Gravity, electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. This is the foundation for all that follows. And the next blink, matter, antimatter emerge from the infinite void, from the quantum vacuum, instantly colliding. Annihilation. Nothing can last in this extreme intensity of the early universe. We blink again. The universe is expanding to the point where no new particles can emerge. particles are still annihilating each other, but there is an imbalance. A tiny fraction, more matter than antimatter, yet billions of original matter escapes oblivion and remains to create the ongoing adventure of the universe. That was it. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much. What a ride. Oh, I think we need a moment for this to settle in a bit. All of that matter and antimatter. Whoa. Thank you for interpreting that with dance with us. Okay, I will mute you there. Oh.
Wow.
I don't know how I feel.
Everybody
about
okay
that.
out there?
Everybody okay? Did you
Good.
survive?
Mhm.
All right, thank you. Well, it looks like we've got another gift.
Another gift. Oh my gosh, what could this one be?
Let's open it. Whoa!
Wow!
It says, love is the catalyst for new creation. Wow.
Driven by the forces of love, the fragments of the world seek each other so that the world may come to being. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin.
12 billion years ago, matter seeks out matter in the darkness of space. Hydrogen and helium, atoms attracting each other in billions of vast clouds. When these gatherings of gas reach a threshold of pressure, they burst into bright, burning beings. Stars are born. A star burns up millions of tons of its own matter into energy every second. As it burns hydrogen, it creates helium, then it burns the helium. This process continues until the star burns itself out and collapses. Then it explodes into a supernova, creating all the elements necessary for new life and blasting them out into space. What can we call this primal attraction that brings together matter into relationships? Can this be the beginning of what we might call love? Can this be the pattern for other alluring happenings, like birds with colorful feathers, frogs calling for mates, and humans writing love poems?
Let's take a moment to let that settle in a bit. Maybe you'd like to even take a moment to close your eyes. Place your hands on your heart and honor that love and that attraction that makes stars and planets and lives within all of us. Let's see if we can detect. Can you feel what is attracting you now? What desire is drawing you and alluring you to create something new? Can you see with your imagination something beginning to emerge, perhaps to take shape? What creative project or path or idea would you love to be involved with in the coming year? if anyone wishes to share that, the creativity that's alluring you, you could put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and say it. Wow, dances, poetry, STEM, community. Film. That's so much creativity, so much love. That's wonderful. Well, you can keep telling us what's going on. What creations we can look forward to seeing. Well, here's another gift. Hey!
Should they be on gallery view?
Let's see what's in this one. Look, look.
Oh,
Wow!
you believe that?
Stardust looks at the stars.
We are star stuff contemplating the stars. Carl Sagan.
4.5 billion years ago, the dust from a supernova is condensing into our solar system. One of the planets has the perfect orbit around the sun, enabling it to come alive. 540 million years ago, sponges and jellyfish are swimming in the oceans of this planet. They have light-sensitive eye spots that are evolving into eyesight. The Earth sees herself for the first time. More beings gradually develop various forms of sensory perception, building connections of communication, and evolve in various ways of conscious awareness. One of these beings is called Homo sapiens. Some human cultures, including the Cree and the Mohicans, have ancient stories of how they have descended from the stars. And today, scientific instruments that extend perception beyond human body's limits have helped develop our understanding on how we actually descended from the stars.
So let's let that settle in. How those voices of wisdom, the ancient wisdom of the indigenous people agrees with the science that we are star stuff. The stars are our ancestors. And when we look up at the stars, that's what we are. So just let this settle a bit. And if anybody has any insights or comments or anything they want to share, you could put that in the chat. And I think we have one more gift in that box, Jack.
Oh, we do.
Let's
it's a big
see.
one.
It's the biggest one of all.
Mm.
Let's see. Oh, that's gorgeous. I wonder what's in here.
Me too.
Ha ha!
Oh,
Onward into the unknown.
oh, wow.
Go forth on your journey for the benefit of the many, for the joy of the many, out of compassion for the welfare, the benefit and joy of all beings. The Buddha.
So 480 million years ago, as the first fishes with jaws are swimming in the oceans, plants venture out onto land. It's a hero's journey into a monotonous landscape of barren rocks and dust. Could they choose instead to remain in the ocean they already know? How do they muster up the audacity? They must reinvent themselves in this new place where the sunlight is harsh and gravity is strong. Because of these heroic plants, the continents of Earth become lush and green, preparing the way for other life forms to crawl, slither, run, and fly over the land.
How about that? Because the plants ventured out first, we were able to come on the scene. They prepared the earth, the dry land, for the rest of us animals, land dwellers. So the journey of the universe continues in us. It's up to us to take the next steps, right? It's going to determine where we go. And because we've been given all these gifts, we need to return the favor and give our own gifts to the universe. Maybe let's think about the gifts that we've opened tonight. The chaos turning into cosmos. And the love, which is the catalyst of new creation. And love being as old as the stars. And stardust, being able to look at the stars. And then the invitation to continue onward into the unknown of the future. I invite you to just close your eyes and imagine what your gift is. If you had a box to put your gift to the universe in, what would be in that box? What would you like to give so that the universe can continue on its great journey? If you'd like to share in the chat what your gift is, or unmute yourself and say it out loud, you're welcome to. We're seeing love, healing, kindness, forgiveness, yes, mindfulness, connecting, and grace and mercy, yes. Yes. Now all these gifts are just so priceless. Understanding and accepting love, yes. It's a gift to get love, but also to accept it. That's pretty profound, Amanda. And empathy, yes. Oh. Well, let's keep these gifts flowing, and as we go onward into the unknown of 2022, we know that we have a lot to take with us and a lot of wonderful connections with wonderful people who've joined us here tonight. And we invite you to stay on, and we want to end with a song. We love to sing a Perihelion song that we usually do as a sing-along, but unfortunately Zoom can't do that. But we do have some words, which I will share with y'all, that we can sing along. Let's see. I'll take this all the way down to the last slide. That's not it.
One more slide.
Okay, so these are the words, and we invite you to sing along. The music is Old Lang Syne. So you won't hear everybody else singing along, but you can belt it out. Nobody will hear you if you're all muted, of course. So be sure you mute yourself, or so everybody's going to hear you. But I will do some singing in order to keep us going. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. My Bluetooth just gave out. Hold on.
I thought you were going to play the old version.
Okay, let's see if we're connected here. We should be connected. Okay. The earth draws near the source of life at Perihelion. We link the strands of kindness as we dance around the sun. For cosmic generosity is rising with the dawn. We link the strands of kindness as we dance around the sun. Each moment that the sun transforms its mass to energy, the life force moves all through the web, renewing you and me. Let's heal the web of life, dear friends, for the sake of everyone. Let's link the strands of kindness on this Perihelion. All right. Thank you, everybody. Yay. Please feel
Yay,
free
Judy
to
and Jack. Woohoo! Thank you.
This was quite a amazing integration that you all were very generous to take part in. I thank you very, very much, and my heart is full, and I'm ready for another whizzing, tilting, wobbling, spinning journey in the next year. So you are free to stay on, and we could just have a few more socializing if you'd like. Whoever wants to stick around. I'll turn off the recording.